Hi guys! Since we are learning about human impacts on the ocean, I thought it would be fun to do a little demonstration. So if you have this at home, if you would like to participate, what you will need is a bowl of water. Okay, just a bowl of water and either pepper, just seasoning, the pepper, or glitter. If you have something like that, I'm using pepper because I don't have glitter. If you have one or the other, let's do this, guys. Let's see how humans can impact the ocean. Today, we are going to be looking at how plastic pollution affects the ocean, especially tiny little pieces of plastic called microplastics. These are so small, we often can't even see them, but they cause a very big problem in marine ecosystems. So let's make a quick prediction. Do you think tiny plastics are easier or harder to clean up than big pieces? Go ahead and type it in the chat, easier or hard. Okay, do you think tiny plastics are easier to clean up than big pieces or harder to clean up than big pieces? This bowl of water represents the ocean. And this pepper, the pepper we're going to use, represents microplastics, tiny pieces of plastic. They come from things like broken down plastic bottles, plastic bags, clothing fibers, tire dust. Since our pepper or glitter represents microplastics, notice what happens when the microplastics enter the ocean. Okay, let's get it in there. So we're gonna gently stir or move the water. I'm not trying to mix this on purpose. This movement represents waves, currents, and storms in the ocean. So what do you notice about how the particles move? Are they staying in one place or are they spreading out? Are they staying just in one space or are they spreading out? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Are the particles staying in one place? Or do they spread out? So what we're gonna do now is we're going to attempt to clean this up. Let's imagine we're trying to clean this up the way humans try to clean plastic pollution from the ocean. So if you have a spoon or a cotton ball or a strainer, I'm just using a measuring spoon because that's all I have. So use what you have. So let's try to clean this up. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get all these little pieces. And I'm just gonna dump them in another bowl. All these little microplastics here, I'm gonna try to capture. That way I can clean. So do you see that even after trying to remove it, notice how much is left behind it? It seems impossible, right? To get all of this pollution, these microplastics, out of the ocean. They're still left behind. This is why microplastics are so difficult to remove once they enter the ocean. Now, imagine you're a small ocean organism like plankton or tiny fish. You're eating food in this water, okay? In this water that is full of microplastics. When you look at this ocean, right, because this water represents the ocean, when you're looking at this ocean, you can't tell the difference between food and plastic, right? If you were a small ocean creature, like, am I eating food or am I eating plastic? They don't know. They're going to consume it either way. When a small animal eats microplastics and then gets eaten by a bigger animal, the plastics then move up the food chain. This is called bioaccumulation. And believe it or not, but humans are part of this food chain as well. Who likes seafood? Because I love seafood. I love fish. I love crab legs and lobster and shrimp, right? Anybody else? Yeah, so when we eat seafood, we may also be consuming microplastics because those small ocean creatures were consuming microplastics as well. So now it's within us because we just consumed that ocean animal that ate microplastics. Plastic pollution is also connected to climate change. Most plastics are made from fossil fuels, and warming oceans help break plastics into even smaller pieces, making the problem even worse. So let's get into some discussion questions about what we just saw, what we just demonstrated. How do human daily choices contribute to plastic pollution? What are we doing daily that is contributing to plastic pollution? Another question. Why is plastic pollution connected to climate change? Okay, and here's a hint. Fossil fuels, production, transportation,